All right, get this. There's big news. You might be getting like a huge boost to your bank account this Friday.
Wow, this Friday already.
Yeah, we're talking a possible extra payment on top of your regular benefits. And it could be a lot, up to $967.
That's right. It's all thanks to Senator Chuck Schumer. He's really pushing this through to help combat inflation.
So before we dive into all the details of this payment, if this is the type of information that you like to stay on top of, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update.
Okay, so back to the potential payment. $967 sounds fantastic, but I'm guessing it's not a flat amount for everyone.
No, you're right. It isn't a flat amount for everyone.
Right, good.
It actually varies a lot depending on which benefits you receive and your current benefit level.
Right, so walk us through it, break it down.
Okay, so for example, with Social Security retirement, like the higher your current benefit, the closer you'll get to that 967 number.
So that means someone getting a smaller Social Security retirement benefit, they'll likely receive a smaller boost this time around.
Exactly. It's all calculated proportionally.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about folks receiving SSI?
Okay, so with SSI, there's good news because even if you're receiving the minimum SSI payment, you're still likely to see a boost.
That's great.
It's all based on your individual circumstances, but it is a boost.
Okay, so good news for SSI recipients. Now, what about folks on SSDI?
Okay, so with SSDI, it's similar to Social Security retirement. The boost is calculated based on your current payment, but it also takes into account your work history.
Oh, okay.
And when you started receiving benefits.
Oh, so there's a few more variables that play with SSDI. Got it. Okay, and what about veterans receiving VA benefits?
Yeah, so veterans receiving benefits are definitely included in this initiative. And like the other benefits we've talked about, the amount of the boost depends on their individual benefit level and if they're receiving any VA supplements.
Right, so hold on. What if someone's receiving multiple benefits, like let's say Social Security and VA benefits?
That's a great question.
How does that affect the boost?
So it does get a little more complicated when you're receiving multiple benefits.
Yeah.
It's not like they just add all the amounts together.
Okay.
They look at the combination of benefits and calculate the boost based on that overall picture.
So it's not a straightforward adding situation.
Exactly. It's more nuanced than that.
All right, so we know the amount varies, but this whole thing seems like a pretty big deal, right? Could this be like a sign of things to come?
Right. This payment, it's designed to help with inflation, but yeah, it could also signal a shift in how benefit increases are handled going forward.
In what way?
Well, instead of waiting for cost of living adjustments that happen once a year and often lag behind actual inflation, we might be moving towards more frequent adjustments.
To keep pace with rising costs.
Exactly.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
What are the political implications of that kind of change?
Well, it's actually pretty fascinating because this whole thing has gotten bipartisan support.
Wow.
Which is unusual, to say the least, in today's political climate.
For sure.
It suggests that maybe people across party lines are realizing that the way we adjust benefits, it's not really working, especially now with this stubborn inflation.
So it's not just about this one-time payment. It's about like a potential systemic change in how benefits are handled in the future.
Exactly. It could be a turning point.
Why?
In benefit policy.
Okay, so now let's assume this money actually does arrive this Friday.
Yeah.
What should people be doing to prepare? So like, what do people need to do?
Okay, first off, if you're already getting your benefits through direct deposit,
Right.
then you're all set.
Okay.
The increase will just be added to your account automatically.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
What about those who are still getting like a paper check in the mail?
Yeah, so they might need to take a few extra steps
Oh, okay.
to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Got it. We'll come back to that, I'm sure.
We will.
Okay. What about verifying eligibility?
Right.
Like, is there anything people should do proactively?
You know, for most people,
No.
it's all automatic. The agencies, they already have all the info they need to decide who's eligible and to calculate the boost amount. But if you've moved recently or had any changes to your benefits, like, it's always a good idea to double check.
Makes sense.
Verify your info with the Social Security Administration, just in case.
Good point.
Okay.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about the rollout. We've said that not everyone's getting this on Friday.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, to make sure everything goes smoothly, they're staggering the payments
Okay.
based on your birthday.
Got it.
So if you were born between the 1st and 10th of the month,
Yeah.
you're in the first wave,
Makes sense.
which should start this Friday.
Okay, so those folks should see it soon.
Very soon. Then those born between the 11th and 20th, they're in the second wave.
Got it.
and everyone else is in the final wave. So, don't panic if you don't see it Friday.
Right.
It's all just timing based on when you were born.
That makes sense. It's a lot of people to pay.
A lot of people.
Yeah. All right, so taxes, what's the deal? Is this taxable income?
Oh. Okay, so here's the good news.
Okay.
This payment is not taxable.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
So you don't got to report it on your taxes, won't affect your tax bracket or anything.
That is a big relief for a lot of people, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay, but what about other benefits someone might be receiving?
Right.
Like food stamps or housing assistance?
That's a good question because while the payment itself isn't taxable, it could affect eligibility for some need-based programs.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's counted as income when they figure out if you qualify for those things.
Right. Okay, so that's important for folks to be aware of.
Yeah,
Like, reach out if they have any questions.
for sure. Better to be safe than, talk to the right agency and get some clarification.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
And talk about what people should actually do with this money once they receive it.
Okay, well, first off, don't just spend it all at once. Think about your long-term goals.
Yeah.
Do you need an emergency fund? Maybe pay down some high-interest debt?
Right.
Maybe invest in your education or even retirement. Just having a plan
Yeah.
before the money comes will help you make the most of it.
That's great advice because it's easy to just get excited
Yeah.
and want to spend it right away. But good point, long-term goals. Now, I know some people might be a little skeptical, right? Is this real? Is this legit?
I totally get that. It's normal to be cautious, right, when you hear about these kinds of things.
Right.
But this is the real deal. It's backed by the government, and it's designed to actually help folks who are struggling with the rising cost of living.
So this isn't like some trick,
Nope.
some scam.
Not at all.
Okay.
And it's also important to remember, this payment won't affect your regular benefit amount.
Okay, so you won't see a decrease later on.
No. This is just a supplement on top of what you're already getting to help with the current situation.
Okay, and just to be super clear, no one needs to pay any fees or give any extra info to get this money.
If anyone contacts you asking for money or info about this payment,
Red flag.
huge red flag, it's probably a scam,
Got it.
and you should report it.
Okay, so knowledge is power. Stay informed, people.
Exactly. That's why we're here,
That's what we try to do.
trying to help you navigate all this stuff.
Now, this whole initiative, it really raises some interesting questions
Yeah.
about the future of benefits, like Schumer's proposal.
Right.
It has some pretty unusual support.
Yeah. Bipartisan support,
Yeah.
which is pretty rare.
Could this be a sign
Yeah.
that we'll see more frequent benefit adjustments?
Yeah. Instead of waiting for those annual cost of living increases, that never seemed to keep up with actual inflation.
Right.
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, the political landscape is changing, and this could be, the start of some really good things for people who rely on these benefits.
Okay, so this is a big development
It is
for millions of people.
absolutely.
We'll definitely keep following this story.
Yeah.
Keep you updated, but for now,
Right.
let's focus on what people can do to prepare right now.
Yeah. So if you haven't already, make sure you double check your direct deposit info with the Social Security Administration. Mark your calendar based on your birthday so you know when to expect your payment.
Yeah.
And most importantly, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on any changes or developments with this program.
Yeah, we'll be covering what to do if there's an error,
Yeah.
how to manage benefits for a family member, all that good stuff.
Yeah. We want you to feel confident and prepared.
Exactly. And speaking of staying informed,
Yeah.
if you have any questions about how this affects your specific situation, let us know.
Leave a comment.
We're here to help.
We are.
So we'll do our best to answer them and provide further insights in our upcoming content.
You got it.
All right, so we're dedicated to providing you with valuable information about benefits, financial planning, all that stuff to help you protect your financial future.
Right. Knowledge is power.
Stay informed, stay prepared.
Stay prepared.
And we'll see you back here soon for more in-depth analysis, helpful tips,
Yeah, thanks for joining us
We appreciate you joining us.
for this important discussion.
Now, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
one last reminder.
Oh, yeah.
If you found this information helpful,
Hit that like button.
hit that like button. It helps us out a lot.
It does. Lets us know we're on the right track.
Right, providing content that actually matters to you.
Absolutely. We appreciate your support.
Yes.
And we're always trying to create content that's both informative and engaging.
Right.
We look forward to seeing you in our next video. We'll be talking about another important topic related to your financial well-being.
Until then,
Take care.
have a great week. And hey, don't forget to share this info
Yes.
with your friends and family, anyone who might benefit.
Spread the word.
Let's make sure everyone knows about this opportunity.
Sharing is caring.
Exactly.
And when we spread the word, we can help more people take advantage of this financial help.
That's right. We're all in this together.
We are.
Let's help each other out.
Absolutely. We're all about giving you the knowledge and resources you need so you can make good decisions and feel confident about your finances.
Yes. Thank you for joining us for this breakdown of all the latest benefit updates.
Of course.
We hope you feel empowered and informed.
Remember, knowledge is power.
Yes, it is.
And by staying informed, you can really take advantage of these opportunities and overcome any financial challenges that might come up.
Absolutely. And if you haven't already,
hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all things benefits, finances, everything.
We'll keep bringing you all the latest news and expert analysis
to help you navigate your financial journey.
Absolutely. We appreciate your time and attention.
Yes, thank you.
We'll see you in the next episode. We'll dive into another important topic all about your financial well-being.
Until then,
take care.
Have a great week.
And don't forget, if you found this helpful,
hit that like button.
We appreciate your support.
Yes, we do. It really helps us reach more people who need this info.
See you next time.